Okay, I just had an itching need to come on here off the cuff to clear something up. Uh a lot of immigrants, including legal and illegal immigrants, come to the United States from nation states. Okay, Africa is a continent of nation states. All right, which means that within each state there is a separate federal government, which governs by its own laws, its own rules, has its own police, in many cases has its own army. Um, and uh, and the thing that really strikes me as interesting is that most people coming over to the United States are from these nation states. And so when they become mayors, or when they become governors, or even judges, they believe that they are governing in a nation state with a set of laws unto its own. But the problem is that we are the United States under a federal government, okay? And the Constitution is our unifying document. So, um, now some of you American Democratic governors, I don't understand why you're believing that your state should be treated like a nation state when it must submit to the federal government under the Constitution, uh, because your Constitution cannot supersede the federal Constitution in any way. And if illegal immigration is illegal for the entire 50 states, it's also illegal for the one state. There can be no exceptions. Now, I could understand, okay, that I can understand, okay, Mom Dami having the same mentality that, oh, this is a nation state, I govern here. This is mine. Well, okay, no, it's not. I can understand Ilhan Omar's thinking. I mean, as much as I don't like these people, um, I understand their thinking. I understand why they're thinking it. It's because they believe that when they get to be governors and senators and mayors, that they are in charge of an independent nation state. Canada has independent nation states. Okay, it's not acting like it right now. Okay, but they're all independent nation states. Okay, and they have a body of laws that they enforce, that they're supposed to be enforcing unto their own. They don't have a quote unquote federal government. Okay, they're trying to make it look like a federal government, but they simply aren't. Okay. Um, so when an American Democrat who is a governor, Chinese, okay, uh, or these six Democrats that stand up and say soldiers don't follow unlawful orders from the president, which is creating a stage for sedition. Um, they are basically saying in their states, okay, we are a nation state and we dictate and determine what is law for us. And that's part of the problem of why we had to separate from Great Britain, is because the law was determined by the king, and the law, the king, changed from day to day. So whatever they felt like the law was that day, that moment, if you were violating it, they were going to arrest you and give you a hard time. And so you can't run things that way in the United States. We are the United States for a reason. Gavin Newsom governing California like he's president. Governor Abbott doesn't do that. Governor Abbott does not run the state of Texas like it's a nation state. He has a constitution, and he knows that his state is subordinate to the federal constitution, and everything that he is doing is legal according to the Texas state constitution as well as the federal constitution. Okay, so none of you that are governing in such a fashion can be excused because you took an oath of office to be loyal to the United States and to protect it from enemies here and abroad. And then that's another thing. You seem to be very confused about what an enemy is. It's anybody that enters the United States with the intent of overthrowing the government, with an insurrection, with riots, with demands, blocking up the roads, violently protesting. This is just unexcusable. And then those of you who are allowing that, you are breaking the law. And so if President Trump can mount up enough dirt on you to get you removed and arrested for sedition, governors, Congress, mayors alike, that's probably what's going to happen. You don't have a foot to stand on. It's all public. It's in the media. We know what you said. We know who you said it about. You know who you're protecting. We know who you're protecting. I just need to understand, is this worth sacrificing your life over? Because either way, your career is gone. If you manage to win the fight and then the enemies that you have been protecting turn around and attack you, you're done for. Because guess what happens to traitors when the enemies take over in your territory? You're a traitor. Okay, so if you betrayed your own country and you sided with them and then they take over, they're going to treat you like a traitor. Now, you can read into that anything you want, but you know what that means. They're not going to have you hanging out for long. And when they take over, you'd better be running for your life, because they'll be after you. Okay? They're going to put you out of commission. So I've got to ask you again, as American citizens, regardless of where on the planet you come from, whether it's India, China, Japan, Italy, Mexico, if you are governing or you're a representative or you are in the Senate, either state or federal, where do your loyalties lie? And if your loyalties lie in another country besides the United States, then it's probably a good idea to step down and go back to those countries that you came from and be loyal to those countries. It's just an oxymoron for you to fly the flag of your nation and protest the United States as an illegal immigrant one, or as a legal migrant who has a visa flying a foreign flag, and certainly as a congressperson or a governor. I mean, it's unacceptable. So, this is off the cuff again. I just needed to get that off of my chest. Democrats, you've got to start standing up for yourselves and start standing up against your regime before the hammer falls. From either side.